Tapping into the Murder on My Mind podcast, powered by West Coast Radio. I am your host, DJ MTK. Breaking news: Lil Durk was just arrested for and by the feds, murder for hire. Now, how did we get here? Rondo's cousin was killed back in August of 2022 in LA. So let's even go backwards from there. King Von was killed in Atlanta by Quando Rondo's homie Lil Tim. So now, fast forward to where we're at right now, they're saying part of the OTF, one of the members wore a wire, knew what was going on, and is basically going to be a state witness on this case in LA. Now, Lil Durk, bona fide star, and anybody that's listening to this podcast, we're trying to see how can we create change within our community, because look at this cycle. Look, and I'm not going to say I know exactly everything about Lil Durk, but we know he's affiliated in Chicago. None of these men are innocent. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. And you can listen to the full episode on Spotify, Apple, wherever you stream your thing. But someone presented this to us and shared with us, like, what we need to really start talking about more is the poverty and the education that people that are in gangs, where is their level of education? Are they being raised in broken families? Lil Durk's dad was in prison when he was a kid. We are all of whatever city you're in and you're listening to this, there are certain parts of every city in the United States, shit, across the fucking world. We're in the West Coast, right? San Diego, Tijuana, LA, San Francisco, Fresno, Sagtown. Man, we could go across the fucking border of the Southwest to the dirty South, to the East Coast, to the Midwest, to up north. We all doing the same shit, killing each other for what? For what? But what happens is, especially when you're affiliated, you want to be the craziest motherfucker out there. Oh, they did this to us. Well, we got to retaliate and go do this to them. If you listen to any of our episodes, it started with Nipsey, right? We can go from back, man. We can go back decades now with this shit. We're doing the same things. And that's why we created the Murder on My Mind podcast, to try to help create change within our communities. Because if someone doesn't start fucking speaking out, trying to help these youngsters get to another, and we had just played a clip on the podcast with Gilly and Wallow. They were literally talking to Lil Durk about this. Wallow was telling me, my brother was murdered, bro. I'm taking care of his little kids, but I wanted to retaliate. He was almost crying there. You're talking about changing energy and channeling that energy into something else. But there's too many kids in our communities are growing up with nothing, and no education. And so what are you resorting to? Gang banging, selling drugs, doing all the wrong things, putting yourself in, it's either one or two ways. Either you're going to die. That's what happened to King Von. He's dead. Nipsey, he's dead. Tupac, he's dead. Lil Durk, YNW Melly, or the rest of your life in prison. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. And the people, and I'm going longer than I wanted to go on this, because it means something to me. My older brother passed away. We're in Barrio Logan right now recording. You know how many homies lost their lives over here? Sherman, Lomas. We can go all down the Southeast. I'm wearing an LA hat because the Dodgers are playing today and shit. So for all my Dago homies and shit, they're going to be on my ass. But I no longer see it like that. What I see it now is a perfect example. LA, San Diego. Why are we enemies? We're all Chicano. We're all people of color. We should be uniting, exactly with gangs. But during the civil rights movement, and I don't want to get too deep on this shit, dude. During the civil rights movement, slavery, people of color, Jim Crow. Before the civil rights movement, we were united because we had a cause of oppression to try to raise up. But the FBI and the CIA, they found a way to infiltrate and divide us, kill us, create systems, a systemic racism and systems of oppression, breaking up families, redlining. So what do people start resorting to in the 70s and 80s and 90s? And now look where we're at. People who are incarcerated, broken up families, no education. If you don't know what redlining, look that up. We can do that on another episode. But you know what? I'm getting off topic. Getting off topic here. Murder My Mind podcast. Lil Durk is gonna be facing some charges here. The Fed's been this happened back in August 2022. They've been working on this for 2 years. The Feds. This wasn't like, because it was across different state lines. But it looks like, and like I said, this is the moral of the story. He's not innocent. If we really to open up that closet and see what was really behind those doors, King Von wasn't innocent. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Gang members, that's what they want. They want to spend the rest of their life in prison. That's the goal. So listen to the music. Listen to what we're listening to. Listen to what we're glorifying. Killing each other, ops. But for what? For what? I get heated when I talk about this because we should be united. We need more people talking about how can we unite each other. Why are we separated? We all grew up together. We all should be helping each other. Like I said, man, I don't want to get on this shit, man. Innocent to proven guilty, but we need to create change, man. We really do. This shit's sickening.